Google Maps is one of the best travel tools out there. But have you ever heard of a website called Rome2Rio? It's very similar to Google Maps, but it provides a little bit more detailed information on how to get from point A to point B. I want to show you today an example of traveling from Athens, Greece to Izmir, Turkey. Google Maps does a pretty good job of showing the different options. It'll show that there is an option to take a ferry, but it doesn't really give a whole lot of details. It'll just provide a bunch of notices that, hey, there's some toll roads. Hey, you're going to be taking a ferry, but it doesn't really give much detail beyond that. It'll also show that you can drive, but that may not be the best option. So let's say that you did want to take the ferry or one of the ferry options, but what do you do next? That's where Rome2Rio comes in. You could go ahead and type that same search from Athens, Greece to Izmir, Turkey, hit search, and it'll show you here 6 different ways that you can get from Athens to Turkey. Some of them are the same. For example, it'll show you that you can drive, but we don't want to do that. You can take a bus. That doesn't sound like very fun. But you can also take this ferry. You can see it's the same option or similar option over in Google Maps. But when you look at the details in Rome2Rio, it actually will be a little bit more granular and it'll help you in planning that trip. So you can see here, it'll show that the ferry goes 6 times a week. It'll give you the approximate cost in US dollar. So anywhere from $40 to $120. It leaves twice per day. And you'll actually be stopping in a town called, oh boy, Chios, maybe. And then from Chios, you'll take a second ferry to Sesame. And then from Sesame, you can take a bus over to Izmir. And if I look here at the information, it'll actually tell me the exact bus that I need to take, the number, how much it will cost. But as well, this is the really interesting part with the ferry. You can see in Google Maps, it doesn't provide any details on this ferry. But in Rome2Rio, it will show me here's the company that runs the ferry. And it'll actually give you multiple options if there are multiple companies that will offer the ferry. So you can scroll down even more and you can click more details to learn about these different companies and about the different services. And it'll provide their website, the number if you want to call, a link that you can click, and that directly opens on their website where you can do more research and go ahead and book that ferry. And it's pretty cool because it'll show you these pictures of what the ferry looks like, the different kinds of rooms, the different kinds of cabins, and you can kind of do a little bit more investigative work as you're planning your trips. So you're not just limited to searching on Google Maps, going over to Google and just typing in what are ferries that go from Athens to Chios and then from Chios to Sesame. In Rome2Rio, it gives you all this information right in here. And that's pretty cool. Google Maps is usually the best initial go-to website to figure out a general idea of how to get around. But if you want more detail, Rome2Rio is a great option. I hope you found this helpful. Thanks for watching.